The Basic Operator Pilot Skills Training Program. Welcome to the Basic Operator Pilot Skills Training Program. In this program, you will learn the essential skills needed to safely land an aircraft in the unlikely event that the pilot becomes incapacitated. Our goal is to equip you with the knowledge and confidence to manage this critical situation and ensure the safety of everyone on board. Flying an aircraft might seem daunting, but by mastering a few key principles, you can take control and land safely. Let's explore these fundamental steps. Step 1. Communicate with ATC. In an emergency, your first priority is to establish communication with Air Traffic Control, ATC. They will be your guide through the entire process. To communicate with ATC, use the aircraft's radio system. Clearly state your situation using the standard emergency call, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. This is, use the aircraft call sign. The pilot is incapacitated. I am a passenger taking over the controls. Locate the radio panel, typically found in the center console of the cockpit. Use the knobs to select the emergency frequency, 121.5 MHz, if not already set. We'll go into more detail on radio operations in a different module. Press the push-to-talk or PTT button on the yoke or handheld microphone to transmit your message. Speak clearly and concisely and listen carefully for ATC's response and instructions. They are trained to assist in emergencies and will guide you through each step. Step 2. Keep the aircraft level, using the yoke and throttle. Once communication is established, your next task is to stabilize the aircraft. The yoke, or control stick, is used to control the aircraft's pitch, nose up or down, and roll, bank left or right. Use the rudder pedals to control the yaw, left or right, of the aircraft. The throttle controls the engine power. To keep the aircraft level, focus on the attitude indicator, which shows the aircraft's orientation relative to the horizon. Adjust the yoke to ensure the artificial horizon is level, indicating that the aircraft is neither climbing nor descending and not banking left or right. For straight and level flight, use the throttle to maintain a steady airspeed. Constantly check the attitude indicator and make necessary adjustments to maintain level flight. Step 3. Engage autopilot if available. If the aircraft is equipped with an autopilot system, engaging it can significantly reduce your workload. The autopilot can maintain altitude and heading, allowing you to focus on communication and situational awareness. Locate the autopilot controls, typically on the main instrument panel or center console. To engage the autopilot, ensure it is set to maintain the current altitude and heading. This will help keep the aircraft stable while you follow ATC instructions. Engaging the autopilot can provide you with valuable time to assess the situation and plan the next steps. Step 4. Climb, descend, and turn as necessary. Following ATC instructions. Following ATC instructions for changing altitude and direction is crucial. To climb, gently pull back on the yoke to raise the nose of the aircraft and increase throttle to provide the necessary power. Monitor the airspeed and vertical speed indicators to ensure a steady climb. To descend, gently push forward on the yoke to lower the nose and reduce throttle to decrease power. Again, monitor the airspeed and vertical speed indicators to maintain a controlled descent. For turning, gently turn the yoke in the desired direction while applying slight pressure on the rudder pedals to keep the turn coordinated and prevent skidding. Maintain a shallow bank angle, about 15-30 degrees, for controlled turns. Once the turn is complete, roll the yoke back to the neutral position to level the wings. Step 5. Follow ATC instructions for descent and landing. As you approach the landing phase, ATC will guide you to the nearest suitable airport and provide step-by-step instructions for descent and landing. Pay close attention to their guidance on airspeed, altitude, and approach path. They will help you align with the runway and prepare for landing. Extend the landing gear and deploy the flaps as instructed to slow down and stabilize the aircraft for landing. Use the throttle and yoke to control your descent rate and approach angle, ensuring a smooth and controlled descent. Step 6. Align with the runway and perform a controlled landing. The final and most critical step is to align with the runway and perform a controlled landing. Keep the aircraft steady and follow ATC guidance to line up with the runway. As you approach, maintain a steady descent rate and airspeed. Just before touching down, gently pull back on the yoke to raise the nose slightly and flare to ensure a smooth landing. This maneuver helps reduce the descent rate and achieve a soft touchdown. Once the aircraft is on the ground, apply brakes and reduce throttle to bring the aircraft to a complete stop. Once the aircraft has come to a complete stop, shut down the engine by moving the condition lever back to the engine shutoff position. Exit the aircraft as soon as practical and follow the instruction of emergency services at the airport. By following these steps, you can take control of an aircraft in an emergency and ensure a safe landing. Remember, staying calm and following instructions is key. With the knowledge and skills outlined in this chapter, you are better prepared to manage this critical situation and ensure the safety of everyone on board. Outline of the Basic Operator Pilot Skills Training Program. Welcome to our comprehensive training program designed for non-pilots to safely manage and land an aircraft in the unlikely event that the pilot becomes incapacitated. This program will equip you with the essential skills and knowledge needed to confidently take control of an aircraft and ensure the safety of everyone on board. Through a series of detailed modules, you will learn about the fundamental aspects of aircraft operation, from basic controls to advanced navigation and landing procedures. Our goal is to empower you with the capabilities to handle this critical situation effectively. Training Program Outline 1. Taking command of the aircraft. Initial steps to take control and ensure safety. 2. Basic aircraft controls. Understanding and using the yoke, throttle, and rudder pedals. 3. Basic avionics. Introduction to key flight instruments and their functions. 4. Radio transmitter and receiver. How to communicate with air traffic control and other aircraft. 5. Straight and level flight of the aircraft. Techniques for maintaining a steady and level flight path. 6. Maintaining flight. Using instruments. Utilizing flight instruments to keep the aircraft stable and on course. 7. Climbing and descending the aircraft. Procedures for safely changing the aircraft's altitude. 8. Level turns. Executing smooth and controlled turns. 9. Autopilot, if available. Engaging and using the autopilot system to assist in flight management. 10. Preparing for landing. Steps to prepare the aircraft and yourself for a safe landing. 11. Landing the aircraft. Detailed procedures for aligning with the runway and performing a controlled landing. 12. After landing, post-landing procedures to safely conclude the flight. This concludes the introduction to our training course. Please post any comments or questions you have in the comment section below.